Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the MCA, the time of communication, when you was communicating with other your friend or a certain friends, the voice that he was using like drunken man. And you are sure you was sober. Where was you? Was communicating with him the day or night? And I know because he is your friend. The time he was communicating, he was saying about Rwanda, also about bribing about 200,000. I'm sure you know where he was and where he was. So it is good to tell us where you was. Thank you.
Senator Boni. Senator Murgo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question goes to the MCA or witness. It seems like this whole group was filled with fear of manipulation and rigging of the vote, or using this strange machine that they are not used to. Where did they get the information that there is going to be a rigging such that rigging fills their minds rather than even seeking to know how to vote? Was there a prior information that somebody spread that there was a plan to rig?
Senator Professor Tom Ojenda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question to the witness is born out of the affidavit appearing from page 113 to 116. To the witness, please clarify whether in your view, and this I'm sure the advocate will also respond to, an affidavit can be sworn by numerous persons to conform to the last paragraph of belief, conviction, good faith, and that all these members who swear, these deponents, can swear one affidavit on all issues and agree on all issues. Number two, and this is perhaps part of what the previous senators may have asked, whether all these people who have sworn these affidavits, the members, were at the time of voting at the same place, together, in the same state of mind, voting and understanding and having a similar understanding of the electronic voting system, whether they knew they were voting in a similar manner, driven by the same objectives. I need us to address those technical issues because they're important. Senator Chergey asked about false affidavits and the implications. Is there a possibility that this affidavit would therefore be legally and procedural?
Senator Kamar.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have just one simple question to the witness. He says he clearly did not want to vote against the governor. Why didn't you vote a strong no?
Senator Boni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Keegan has been in this Senate before over similar proceedings, and knowing his good name and reputation, It's going to come again and again. Katwa, Parliament, the way Parliament works, even the Speaker has no idea how many members, if he was to ask them to stand, have stood. He then asks the Sergeant at Arms to confirm how many members are standing. Having taken over the power of the Speaker in Kericho illegally, how did you know that 18 MCAs were standing? Something which is clearly against the standing orders, and you want us to make a decision on impeachment based on that either misconduct of or misunderstanding. Is it not, Kanzo Kigwa, the case of garbage in, garbage out? You want the Senate to be known for being an institution that uses garbage to produce garbage decisions? My second issue is on the witness. Paul B., when he stood in that video and shouted, "I abstain," we agree. But that only obtains during division on manual voting. That's when you stand and shout one way or the other. So how do you want that shouting to count during electronic voting, where the voting is not by shouting the way Paul B. was shouting?
Witness, you may now proceed to respond to those concerns.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will start responding from what Senator Okech Eddie have asked me about why I didn't want to vote yes to impeach the governor on the allegations or the lead grounds. I contributed in the floor of the House and we dispensed. I personally negated the impeachment motion on one ground, that Honorable Rogoin, the mover of the motion, spoke lie on my word, on something I knew. And that's why I said all these other things will be negated because you have said something I personally knew. Number two, we discussed about these things. I'm lucky to have been a member to the FLOCA committee formed. I'm a member of environment, so it was a joint committee between environment and water. And we visited all the projects initiated by FLOCA. And before the motion or the report on FLOCA and FCDP was tabled before the floor of the House, the impeachment motion was already brought, a notice of motion was already brought containing the allegations in the FLOCA report and FCDP report, which has not yet been tabled in the floor of the House. And it's captured in the motion. So I personally saw some kind of malicious being in that assembly, just like I said before. I knew the operations of that assembly. So I understood that the vote was predetermined and the system was even preset. So I hope Eddie, my good friend, I have answered. My mentor, sorry. Honorable Danson Mungatana asked a question, but the question was directed to council. But Mr. Speaker, you can allow me to touch on this, saying on the chronology of events and what has happened before, what have happened before in our assembly. Way back, and all the members knew about this thing. It has happened before, so we know. And you can allow me to say this, and it will explain much of these questions I'm going to answer. When we were elected and came to the assembly, there were election of the leadership position, majority leader, chief whip, and we had wrangles. We were appearing on television almost every now and then because of poor leadership in the House. In fact, it reached a point where we came to the Arambe House, the office of the Deputy President, to discuss about the numbers, since the Speaker announced that the majority leader, Honorable Paul Chirchir Tarimbo, is elected by anonymous. And the members who elected Taribo was 7 out of 43. So we were at 6 who never elected. We came, and I'm lucky that Honorable Veronica Maina is seated here in this house. She was the presiding officer doing the 8 count to confirm whether that vote was true or wrong. So we know our assembly. Later on November last year, Deputy Speaker was impeached in the floor of the House with less than 30 members, 29 members. So we understand the dynamics in that House. So we know the history. So that's why we opted never to press any button, so that we build our case, so that you, the upper house, the house we respect so much, could help us determine this case. Honorable Cherargei, my neighbor, I'm a Kipsigis, and I've seen Omtata is a Catholic by faith. I'm a staunch Catholic believer, and I don't speak lies. I'm a secretary in my church. My local church must be the Catholic Church. And I'm a strong believer, so I don't lie. So when I took the oath, in fact, I was afraid when some honorable members here, or the witnesses here, speak lies without blinking their eyes. Then I was wondering, if this is if a person can stand here taking an oath and continuing even to say that I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, of which I was confirming now, then if the Senate could forgive that person, even if the voters could forgive that person, if the people in the public could forgive that person, isn't that a blasphemy? So I personally, I don't want to speak lies. I'm speaking the truth, and that's why I know. So, Honorable Cherargei, for avoidance of doubt, I'm speaking the truth.